The R word has been making headlines lately. So, is the economy really headed for a recession?
The data suggests a recession is coming, and I made over $1 million last time.
Did you
So
know the
let's talk
best
about
time to invest in your business is when the economy is going well? But what happens when the economy tanks? In this video, I'll be sharing some of the best ways to prepare for a recession and avoid it altogether. You'll also learn how to adjust in case of a downturn. What is the recession and how do I prepare? In 2008, the recession began in the United States. It has been a long time since then. The economy has recovered, but we are still struggling with unemployment and other economic issues. This introduction will provide a brief overview of what the recession is and how to prepare for it. It will also include some resources that you can use to help you prepare for this economic crisis. 3 ways to prepare for the recession. The United States is facing a serious economic crisis. The unemployment rate is going up, and the economic growth is decreasing. In such a situation, it's important to have a budget that won't let you go bankrupt when the economy turns sour. 1. Set aside money for emergencies. There will be many things that you will need to buy when the economy takes a turn for the worse, so set aside some money for these items in your budget. 2. Invest in stocks. Stocks are always reliable investments because they can increase or decrease in value, depending on how well you do as an investor. However, just like any investment, stocks are risky and sometimes unpredictable when it comes to their value, so be careful with how much money you put into them. 3. Stay positive. As long as you maintain a positive attitude, life will be easier for you and your family. Besides, positivity can help the economy too. 5 ways to be prepared when you're stuck at your job and have no idea what to do about it. It's not a good feeling to be stuck at your job and has no idea what to do about it. But there are ways you can prepare yourself so that you don't feel as hopeless. 1. Ask yourself why you're stuck. Working through difficult problems can be difficult, but that doesn't mean it isn't possible. Successfully returning to old habits is achievable. 2. Take a break, talk to your boss. It can be difficult to take a break when you're busy. Sometimes you just need to talk to your boss about what's going on in your life to prioritize and shift gears. Here are some tips for taking a break, talking with your boss, and finding the time you need. 3. Talk to someone outside of work, leave your job. The idea of not having to talk to coworkers anymore can be daunting. However, this doesn't mean you should avoid talking to people outside of work. It's a good idea to know how to talk about your job and make the transition into a new career. What are the most common signs of an imminent recession? The most common signs of an imminent recession are a weakening economy, rising unemployment, and a decrease in consumer spending. In 2008, the U.S. unemployment rate hit 10%, which was considered to be the highest it had been since 1983. A quarter of the U.S. population was unemployed at this time, and the country's GDP growth plummeted from 4% to 1%. One sign is when there is an increase in bankruptcies or business failures, which can cause economic instability and lead to layoffs. What are the worst things to do during a recession? If you are looking for some great advice on how to survive a recession, you've come to the right place. The worst thing to do during a recession is to tighten your belt too much. This is because it will make you feel stressed and anxious about your finances, and this will only worsen the situation. The best thing to do during a recession is to spend less money and save more. This will help you avoid debt and avoid getting into problems with your finances in the future. How can I make myself more in demand in this economy? If you want to make yourself more in demand in this economy, there are a few things that you can do. First off, you should be able to provide value to your employer. This means that your work should have clear and measurable outcomes. If you're not sure what these outcomes are, it might be time for a career change. You also need to have a strong resume and portfolio. A resume is important